How are you?
Tonight might be a lot because there's a lot of ordinances, so there's going to be a lot of turning. You want to see the ordinance?
I tell my
The 250th anniversary of the founding of the
I just got in. 2 seconds left.
Can you call order? Councilmember Rose Anderson here. Councilmember Chapman here. Councilmember Clayton here. Mayor Quinn here. Mayor Moore.
Here.
Please stand for a silent prayer. Moment of reflection. We will now salute the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. As provided in the open meeting act, Section 31 of the L 1975, adequate notice of the meeting has been provided in the following manner. The annual notice is forwarded to the Asbury Park Press, the poster, and Star Letter on January 22nd, 2024, and posted on the bulletin board the same date. All notices are on file with the city clerk.
Yeah.
At this time, the Director of Recreation, Lisa Floyd, will present the special event applications.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. There are 5 returning applications before you and 1 wedding application. Are there any questions or anything? Thank you.
We're now on to items to be presented. We have a presentation by Monmouth County Commissioner Director Tom Arno and County Clerk Christine Hanlon for the 250th birthday. Thank you.
Welcome, everybody. How are you? Good. Hello, everyone. So I'm Commissioner Director Tom Arnold of Monmouth County, and
over here. Christine Hamilton, Monmouth County Clerk. Thank you for having us tonight. We're really excited to be here to share this information.
so as everybody knows, coming up is in 2026 is the 250-year birthday of America, and we, Monmouth County, is doing something a little bit special, I think, compared to maybe some of the other counties, which I'm sure will follow suit with what we are. But we have created something, Christine and I, as co-chairs of this committee, and we're brought in a few other people with us, but we're obviously steering the whole program. But what's most important is our initiative getting out to the municipalities to be part of it.
Great, and we are going out to all different towns. We've had a summit for municipal officials that everyone was invited to. I think we've hit over 30 towns so far. either at the summit or at a meeting. And one of the most important things we're doing is trying to engage our municipalities in America's semi-quincentennial in 2026.
And I need Christine to say the words that I Christine, because I
Yes,
messed up.
practice it a lot. Ted, are we doing a video or are we gonna do that in a little bit? Okay, so, for those of you who don't know, America, the federal government started the planning for America's 250th birthday a long time ago. And they started in 2016. And I think because of the COVID-19 pandemic, everything got really quiet for a couple of years. But now the federal government is really activating their plans and initiatives to celebrate America's 250th birthday. And the America 250 Committee is sort of the federal structure that is planning all the events for the whole country. And interestingly enough, I like to point that out, the America 250 was designed by the same artist that did the bicentennial slogan back 50 years ago. So they brought that artist back to create the slogan for America, that planning. And the chair of that committee is the former treasurer of the United States, Rosie Rios. And her vision for the committee is to really honor our past, have an inclusive celebration, and really celebrate the contributions of people who have, made our country great. And then, of course, every state in the country is putting together their programming for this big birthday celebration that's coming up. And
Sure. So then what we wanted to do here in Monmouth County, we thought it was very important because of how we are, the diversity that we have here throughout Monmouth County, and the different demographics of the county, which is very, very broad there. And that if you did something special to every municipality, did what best fit their municipality, and we promote it throughout all of the county, I think it would be very unique compared to what other counties are going to do. In particular, so I'll use Asbury Park as an example. So what Asbury Park is going to do, whatever you choose to do, hopefully you choose to be part of this, it's going to be much different than, say, a Millstone or an Upper Freehold or something like that. And it's just the way we live around it. Like, I live around it. We like the congestion and all the hustle bustle and all that, and that's important to us for our business climate. But when you get in your car, you drive out the Upper Freehold and Millstone, they want none of that. They just like, stay away from you. They want horses, open space, and land, but that's what makes us so unique there. So we wanted to take that and, piggyback on it and make something even more special. So Christine, myself, we appointed an ad hoc committee, obviously all supported by the rest of the commissioners, and we funded it. And what we first had to do was start out with an executive director, and Christine and I interviewed, and we have Ted here, and that's Ted Ventura here, is doing a fine job. So he'll be the filter point of where all the information goes and gets dispersed.
so, every county is being encouraged to do their own programming. New Jersey has its overarching commission where they're handling things for New Jersey. And so we started to begin our planning, and I think we're ready for it.
The 250th anniversary of the founding of the United States of America is coming in 2026. America's semi-quincentennial will be celebrated all across our nation, our state, our county, and our communities.
In Monmouth County, we celebrate not only the birth of the greatest nation in the world, but the significant role our county has played in the fight for independence.
New Jersey is known as the crossroads of the American Revolution, and Monmouth County has a rich history integral to the fight for our nation's independence. The Battle of Monmouth was pivotal in the American Revolution. It was the biggest and longest one-day battle of the Revolutionary War, with General George Washington leading the Continental Army in the attack on the British. But Monmouth County's Revolutionary War story is much more than that.
It's the stories of families and loyalties divided and individuals from different backgrounds attempting to navigate uncertain times. It's the story of the strife and skirmish over many years of the revolution that pitted neighbors against neighbors, friends against friends. Those loyal to the crown organized and fought against freedom for the colony more than any other county in New Jersey.
At the time, Governor William Livingston called Monmouth a theater of spoil and destruction. Monmouth County was truly a battleground in the cause of freedom, and when the war had been won, the people of Monmouth County gradually transitioned over to the peaceful pursuits of agriculture, commerce, and industry.
In the almost 250 years since the signing of the Declaration of Independence, Monmouth County has grown and flourished to be the ideal place to live, work, and play. Monmouth County has everything. The most expansive parks and open space, our breathtaking shoreline, our beautiful towns and bustling cities, fertile acres of cultivated farmland, innovative industry and business.
Our county has grown to be the 5th most populous in the state, with over 600,000 residents. I truly believe it's the best county in the state of New Jersey. And our people have made their mark on our national landscape. Accomplished entertainers, poets, and writers, innovative inventors, government leaders, renowned judges, famous athletes, war heroes, entrepreneurs, activists, and so many more. 2026 may seem like a long way off, but we are excited to embark on the journey toward this momentous event.
Join us as we look back on the people, places, and events that have carved Monmouth County's history over the past 250 years. And as we plan our celebrations of the birth of the greatest nation on earth, 250 is coming, and Monmouth County will be ready.
So that's a brief introduction of what we're trying to achieve here. But I say this over and over again, and I said this when I came on 15 years ago onto the board, that the county is only as good as the 53 municipalities that are part of it. And the county is the municipalities there. So that's what we work, and as you know, working with each and every one of you on a daily basis there. That's what we're trying to achieve this. And to go a little bit back into, as we remember the bicentennial, where in 1976, I can personally remember being here, because this is the area that I live in, being here and seeing, even my hometown, Neptune City, a parade, and they had a fireman's fair, all celebrating that. But that's what was good for Neptune City at that time. And what was good for Asbury Park at that time, and what you choose to do there is good for you guys. But something in all the municipalities, I think would be really special if we then spread the word out to all.
One of the things we did when we embarked on this project was to investigate what happened during the bicentennial. And thankfully, as the county clerk, I oversee the county archives, and we have boxes and boxes of records of what happened in Monmouth County and in the state of New Jersey during the bicentennial. And we were able to pull a few things from Asbury Park that we could show you. I think there was the Freedom Train that was going all through the state and stopped at Asbury Park. There's like a little flyer on the left-hand side. There was a 3-day bicentennial exposition, Monmouth County's history under one roof at Convention Hall. Asbury Park had a bicentennial float in the parade in Freehold Broadway County sponsored parade. And there was a Flag Day, a bicentennial program at the American Legion home. And we have records of what every town did that was special for their town. And by looking at these records from 50 years ago, it has been able to guide us in our planning and kind of move forward with sort of what are the things that we want to replicate, what are the things that we want to be better or different, but we had a really good foundation going forward. One of the flashbacks we like to do, we go to town meetings, is the Operation Sale flashback, because this is something that was part of Monmouth County in 1976. For those of us who remember, or around, I can't speak for everybody, I don't know how old everybody is, but all the tall ships came to Sandy Hook. They made a stop at Sandy Hook as they went south to Baltimore. And we already got confirmation that they will be coming again. It's called Sail Forth. and Salesforce 250, and they will be stopping in San Diego again on July 2nd. So July 3rd, okay, July 3rd, and on the 4th they're gonna head down, I think, to Baltimore and then Virginia.
So what we also, and sometimes things just fall, you know, in your lap if you consider luck. And so our planning now is from now until obviously 2026. And certain things that have come up, fortunately enough from Monmouth County, that we can actually showcase as, you know, it wasn't made for that, but we can say it was utilized. And so I don't know if anybody's familiar, but when a Navy vessel is commissioned, it is a very, very big thing. Very, very big thing. And it came down to two counties, that SS New Jersey, right? USS New Jersey, and it came down to two counties, Camden County and Monmouth County. We fought, I fought very hard, along with there to try to get it here, knowing that I thought it would, you know, there was a lot for the sailors to do, for everything to do. And fortunately, we won. We won that bid, and September 14th, it is going to be commissioned here on Earl there, and somewhere out there. We don't know the exact location where it's coming in at, but it's going to be commissioned. But it's part of our long-term plan to celebrate, and for celebrations that we plan on doing.
Okay, so as a county, we have come up with a vision and strategy of what we would like to see in Monmouth County. And importantly, we want to make memorable celebrations and experiences that residents and visitors will talk about for years to come. Just like 50 years ago, people remember, people celebrated, and they, you know, it stayed with them for several years. We want to honor and commemorate our history here in Monmouth County and our significance in the American Revolution, but not just that, our history over many, many years, and why Monmouth County is so important in the history of our country. We want to generate awareness and excitement for residents and visitors through our public information and marketing campaigns, and we want to collaborate with our municipal governments, our schools, the arts community, business organizations, and historical groups, and anybody else that wants to participate.
And big component is, like Christine said, is our schools. So our main focus is one of our focuses, I should say, is going to be going to the schools and educating them. So 50 years from now, when the 300-year anniversary comes, they can pretty much take the part. And what we did, a while back, and you'll know the name very well. I have a good friend here, Dan Seno, as everybody knows here. His son, I found out, was graduated from Georgia University as a graphic artist. And fortunately enough, at that time we had one, but we needed another one, and I hired him. Well, amazingly enough, he's unbelievably phenomenal. I mean, like freehand phenomenal. And this is his 4th coloring book that he's done for us, and all totally freehand there. And so our goal is to get this out to the students there. And see, we have some here. I want to make sure they're all of them. When they leave here, there, and get that out to them, so that they, and you know, we'll speak to them and let them know that, you know, this is as important for them, for the history, as it was for us in 1976, to be today.
And another thing that we're doing, a big part of what we're doing, is engaging with our historical organizations from all around the county. We had a private meeting with Kay Harris, you know, as we're part of the Historical Society, because we want to make sure that, you know, every person, everyone who's involved with Monmouth County's history can play a role. And we're trying to encourage people, you know, we know that we can't do everything. We want people in each of the municipalities to be creating and promoting whatever it is that they want to do. And that's really important to us. So we have been meeting with all our historical organizations. We've already had 2 big meetings, a few private meetings, and that's been going really well. Everyone seems to be very excited. So on the county level, we created a logo that we'd like to share with all of our municipalities. We created a slogan of Freedom's Battleground because of all of the fighting that took place here during the Revolutionary War. We did our website, we hired Ted, we have our social media channels going, we have our email newsletters up and running, and then we decided to do our repurposed emergency vehicle that is now our 250 truck that is going to parades, fairs, festivals, to educate people about what's coming and get people engaged and just sort of get the awareness going around the county. Yes.
As we approach the 250th anniversary of America, Monmouth County is going to be a big part of that celebration. We were a big part of the Revolutionary War, and we certainly are going to be a big part in celebrating the 250th anniversary of America. Behind me here, we are looking at our repurposed communication vehicle. This truck will be at all the fairs, festivals, parades, any special occasions that we have. Generated enthusiasm, generated education. I think this will bring to light not just Monmouth County, but across the state of New Jersey, how important our role was in the Revolutionary War. And we expect it to be quite a celebration here, as Monmouth County played such a large role in the history of our country.
So the county's basically, we've invested, and we plan on investing. My fellow commissioners and myself, we sat down during budget time and invested funds for this because we know the importance of coming together and bonding all the communities there. From hiring Ted to some other events that we're about to embark on, and then helping the municipalities being able to, showcase what they have once they decide what they have. And then going out and getting grants, and I know we're applying for a grant.
Yeah, so I always let the municipalities know that there are grants available from the state for things relating to the 75th centennial. There are also grants from the federal government, and some of the special grants that the state of New Jersey has is about telling stories that maybe have not been told. So we've applied for a grant to showcase the history of Black soldiers during the American Revolutionary War, during the Battle of Monmouth, because we have not seen anything in video format relating to that information. But we like to tell all the municipalities because the state is very big on giving grants for stories that haven't really been told. So I encourage everybody to apply for these grants. If you have something that you want to do, we tell our historical organizations to do that as well, because it's a really great resource. Some of the things that we're also doing as a county in terms of videos that we talked about, we're doing these like Talking 250 videos where we showcase something important about Monmouth County's history or some of the videos that you saw already. We are working on our educational programs. We really see this as very important to tourism and economic development. We see this as an integrated program where we can attract visitors and tourists to our county to enjoy all that we have to offer. We're also working on some one-time events like parade, fireworks, a gala, a countywide gala, and some contests, some concerts, and a lot of different things that countywide we have in the works.
So, just speaking back a little bit on what Christine said. So the gala, what we're envisioning, Christine, myself are working on a venue now to pick a venue there. And our ultimate goal is to be just like gigantic. A gigantic gala with representation from like a table. Let's say a table that's decorated and designed at Asbury Park. Hopefully have big participation of Asbury Park, Bradley, Belmar, all 53 towns to be represented at this big gala there, which would be pretty cool. And make it, just like a real special event for all of the county. And then, as Christine said, some of the other little things, our parade that we plan on having in the county, obviously, piggybacking on whatever the municipalities have. Gigantic fireworks presentation, and then we plan on talking about maybe a monument statue at a certain location that's essentially located there. So all those things are things that we're working on, behind the scenes.
So we like to ask that the municipality do certain things. Every municipality we go to is to adopt a resolution supporting, the 250th anniversary of the United States of America. We ask our municipalities to try to form a committee to think about and plan what you might like to do in your municipality. We'd love to have a liaison from the municipality to our committee and encourage everybody to participate in whatever way they can. And then keep us updated, follow our social media, keep us updated with what you might be planning to do. Some municipalities ask us for ideas of what they can do. We just kind of developed a little list of things, working with local businesses and organizations to commemorate in unique ways, embrace the arts community with special projects, create your own communications and marketing plan, do oral histories of notable people in your municipality, marking your historic properties, do community cleanup. There's a big sort of America Beautiful program coming down from the federal government, which is kind of a repeat of what they did during the bicentennial, to have like community cleanup programs. And then planning events or applying a 250 theme to events that you already do.
Which is gonna be really, it's gonna be much easier for Asbury Park to do than probably any of the other municipalities with notable, celebrities there. Probably, I actually was thinking about it before, you probably, the most that come out of Asbury Park out of any individual, municipality there. So it'd be pretty cool to add that to some sort of component to whatever you might do.
And that's the end of our show.
That's it.
But we're willing to take questions.
Listen, and I'm gonna be totally frank, we've been to a lot of municipalities. We were just at Little Silver this 2 nights ago, and we're out there, but truth of the matter is, history-wise, we're in the county, that's probably the most in the whole county. So, having Asbury Park part of it, and their history would be, pretty special.
I have a question.
Yes.
So I've got a bunch of pictures from the 50 years ago. But you also said that you have some archives about what Asbury Park did. Are we can get copies of any photos or articles that you have? So in order to do an exhibit, it would just enhance it.
Yeah, we'll get you whatever we have.
Great.
So we put a few pictures up here, you may have those as well, but
I
we'll
have
see
some
what else we
others
have.
actually up.
Yeah.
My father was.
No way, good pictures.
Which is why I have my.
Yes, yes. So we're trying to do like little exhibits from the bicentennial too, and we're also going to collect people's photographs.
So are they copies of?
That would be amazing, because it would be great to have an art in the archives, just, doesn't have to be, it used to be a neighborhood, when we celebrate, in anything we would take to preserve, as part of our history. Great. All right, well, thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you. And we just would ask that, because we're trying to get, send out the message to all, if we could just grab, if you guys stay right there, if we can go
Mind
up
if we
there.
take a photo?
A photo for the county, and we're posting it on all of our, and we'll give,
I'll give those out.
and just make sure.
After the kids and the adult line on.
You're just saying.
No, we'll come up there, we like. Yeah, don't lie. Yeah.
We're gonna do this 3 times, if that's okay, all right? 1, 2, 3. All right, 2 more. 1, 1, 2, 3, and one more. 3, 2, 1. Thank you guys.
Round matters to council, Councilmember Liz Anderson.
Oh, yes. First of all, good evening, everyone. And I want to take this time to wish all of the ladies a happy Mother's Day this weekend. If you're not a mom, it's okay, because I know that you have allowed someone to lean on your shoulder, dry some eyes, and you mentor and give you some advice. So make sure that you go out and treat yourself real nice. And that special someone, make sure that they do everything for you. Enjoy. The other thing that I would like to say to you is that the Women's Empowerment Mentoring Program will not meet this Saturday, on the 18th. We will be meeting here on the 25th from 1 to 2 p.m. Again, happy Mother's Day. That's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Chapman. Thank you. Councilmember Clayton. Nothing at this time. Secretary Quinn. Matters from the city manager. Nothing at this time. Thank you. Matters from the city attorney.
Yes, I do have another announcement this evening concerning the proposed redevelopment project plan for 1201 Memorial Drive. There is a public hearing and the potential for the adoption of a redevelopment plan that is listed on tonight's agenda. It's ordinance 2024-11. These actions were tabled at the last council meeting until tonight. In the meantime, and in response to the concerns raised by nearby residents, the council is now entertaining the consideration of adding a second entrance and exit to the proposed development off of Fifth Avenue, so that there would be access and egress from offered from both Fourth and Fifth, and not just Fourth. The council is having staff and professionals look into this proposal and to engage in discussions with the developer about it to determine if this proposal is feasible. As such, the council intends to table the public hearing and the second reading on ordinance 2024-11 once again tonight until the next meeting, which will be on May 22nd. If in the meantime it is determined that this new proposal is feasible, then council will withdraw ordinance 2024-11 at the next council meeting, and we'll start the process over again by referring the revised redevelopment plan to the planning board for its review at the May 22nd meeting. Given this course of action, there will be no public hearing on ordinance 2024-11 tonight, but the public is certainly welcome to provide feedback on this new proposal during regular public comment period tonight.
Thank you. We're now on public participation, but motion open meetings is public. Move it. All in favor?
Aye.
Public participation portion is now open. If a member of the public wishes to speak, please use the microphone, state your name and address for the record. There will be an agreement time limit for each speaker, and your name and address for the record.
Hello, my name is Nancy Sabino. I live at 1000 Fourth Avenue. What I'm about to say is well known to the council, so I'll address my comments to the city manager, who is here. Last week, the city had our very first warm, sunny Friday. In the middle of the day, there were people on the beach, people on the boardwalk as if it was July. Us casual walkers found it unusually crowded with walkers, joggers, wheelchairs, strollers, and bicycles. Reading the signs hung on the railings facing the beach and painted on the ground at the entrance points, it's clear that no bicycles are allowed between 10 a.m. and midnight on the boardwalk year-round. As I let the cyclists know that as they whizzed by me, I was asked, "Who do you think you are?" And I was told where to go, and that I was just plain wrong. My walking partner witnessed what I'm saying, and I saw a police officer, so we approached him and asked him what could be done. He said, "Oh, I think that doesn't take effect until May 16th. I said, "Let's go look at the sign." He looked, he read it, and he said, "I think that means the same time as when the dog man takes effect." I said, "I didn't think so," and said, "We'd go read the ordinance," hoping the police officer would do the same. It seems no one knows that bikes are never allowed on the boardwalk during the day. To quote a famous line from Cool Hand Luke, I think what we have here is a failure of communication. I recommend that the city manager, the next warm weather day, invite the chief of police and take a walk on the wild side. Pick any stretch of the boardwalk you like, and see if you think that the ordinance is being followed. If not, what will it take to change this? Sandwich boards we used to have, specials, mobile electronic signs. At the very least, can the police be aware of the ordinance that's already on the books? Welcome to the city of Asbury Park and its quirks. As I was writing this between 7:30 and 8:30 a.m. in my kitchen on 4th Avenue, 12, count them, 12 dump trucks, both full and empty, barreled up and down the street. A street where the sign says, "No trucks over 4 tons are allowed." And they were speeding as well over the 25-mile-an-hour speed limit. I would like to know to whom I should talk about this. Thank you.
Thank you. And Nancy, just so you know, we had a beach operations meeting just this week, and there was also a controversy council person gathering this week, and there was a lot of talking about bicycles on the boardwalk. Sylvia Spina, our director of communications, is looking to make some significant changes in the signage and how it reads to make it more clear. And our city manager will be meeting with our police department to make sure that these are all enforced. These are meetings that we've just had the last few days. Great, that's wonderful. Can't ask for better responsibility.
Thank you. I also look into the, who contacted me actually to speak about the dump trucks.
Okay. Very good.
Thank you. Good evening. My name is Coach Will Goldwhite, 426 Avenue, Asbury Park. First of all, thank you for having me. Appreciate the fact that we're able to come here. I'm here on behalf of the Asbury Park Little League. This year we're asking, we're not here begging, we're not here complaining, we're just here asking for support. This year with our kids, we have quite a few events planned this year. And I think we haven't received anything from the city in the past 3 or 4 years. But I just want to read over our schedule for this year. And we all love the city, all the kids, we represent it. Everything that we do in our programs, respect for our city. And we represent it when we go out of town. So that's why we're here today, is asking for the city's support. This year, on May 25th, Memorial Day, all of our kids will be out placing flags at Memorial Park on the cemetery, we do every year. On June 15th, we have a banquet at my church, which we have purchased 140 trophies, also food and decoration. You guys are welcome to come again this year, like right some folks did last year. On June 29th, we have a picnic at the Blue Cross Stadium. We take all the kids there, which costs about $2,200. On July 9th, we'll take the kids to the Nickelodeon trip, which is 2 buses. Each bus, both buses cost $3,800, plus $1,500 for food, for tickets. On July 20th, we're taking the kids to Cape May Zoo, 2 buses, which is a total of $4,300, and approximately $2,000 for food. And in August, we have some of these city folks went to games last year. We're going to the Yankees game. There's 2 buses that cost about $4,200 as well. And in August, we plan to have our kids go to Mountain University for camp, which is about $1,200. So we're here just asking the city to, if you can support us, we really want to do what we can for our children. Go from the kids here, kids stand up, please. And also this year, we were able to have 12 teams, which we normally only get about 7 teams. We have three girls teams this year. One is sponsored by Community Karma, one is sponsored by the Mercy Center, and also one is sponsored by City by the Sea. So we added quite a few kids onto our roster this year. Plus the fact that we don't pay registration. We raise all our money either on the street with cans or we send out letters to donors. And we do appreciate all the donors who support our organization. And I think we have one of the finest organizations in New Jersey. So no other team nowhere does what we do for our children. We try to keep them off the street doing so. That's why we have all these added activities. Well, and also the coaches, everyone spend all their time getting away from their own family, coming out here supporting our kids, our community, our neighborhood. So just asking you if you would consider. And I brought my secretary if you want to write some $10,000 check today. And also wrote the treasurer here so he can deposit it back if you were so kind. Thank you, Red Guy. God bless you. Thank you.
Hi, David Vinola, 908 Fifth Avenue. My property borders 1201 Memorial. I have stated before that I am happy this building is going up. I'm really looking forward to having the property developed. I'm confused by the fact that you had done traffic studies and you decided 4th Avenue was the best option for this building. We got a group together and we all wanted to do Memorial. That's out of the question. But now that you're considering other options, so I'm wondering, do the traffic studies that told you and directed you to 4th Avenue, now are those traffic studies changing? Do we have new traffic studies? Are the traffic studies studied having both exits? Where's the information? That's number one. And number two, the property there has recently had an oil leak and somehow no one's been talking about that. How is the oil leak affecting what is going to be built or when it's going to be built, more likely when? What's going to happen with the oil leak? What are the repercussions to the builder for leaving this oil tank on the property and it leaking into the lake? The lake for years probably, because the building went down 3 years ago or took it down and somehow didn't do a sweep for the oil tank. So what is happening with this oil problem and how are they being fined or what's the process now? Thank you.
Thank you. So with respect to the oil leak, the owner of the property is working with Monmouth County LSRP and also our city engineers involved, and they are working on it. We just had a conversation the other day about it.
Well, that's, you're solving, hopefully eradicating the problem, but that doesn't change that it has been leaking into the lake. Who's responsible for that? What are they doing about it? Do they get fined? Is there a cleanup that happens on the property and then further along, like what's?
That's all that I have right now to tell you is that they are working with Monmouth County LSRP, the city engineers involved, as well as the homeowner and the property owner, and they are doing what they need to do to remediate the property. I know they put out bags at one point to stop it from flowing into the lake, but I am sure there will be some remediation involved in
Okay. Let me give you a couple bullet points. And the summary. So the storm drains adjacent to the northeast corner of the site are protected with setbacks since March 20th, 2024. and so bags will remain in place pending USG removal.
I've seen them, I clean the garbage out of them because the property owners don't pick up garbage. And they just cut the grass for the first time today, by the way, which was above my knees.
Well, that's something code should look into, I agree. Silt fence and hay bales and absorbent booms have been deployed around the northeast corner of the site since March 22nd, 2024, and will remain in place as USD removal. Contents of the 25-gallon USD will remove via vacuum truck on March 27th, 24 for off-site disposal. Drainage soil was excavated on March 27th, 2024 in the grass area located between the sidewalk and Fifth Avenue in the area backfilled with certified clean stone and additional absorbent booms deployed in the area. This area was also inspected on May 6, 2024, and no additional staining or impact were observed in this area. This is from Peter Storage, who is in LSR Committee, from National Practice Leader. We can get you a copy of this if you want it, and it has some more details, but that's basically a breakdown where we are at this point in time. So they did discover an underground storage tank with 25,000 gallons. They pumped it out, they checked it, there's been no indications of leaks since March, and we're waiting for that underground storage tank to be removed.
And the DEP has been notified, has been involved in this.
And right, anybody's going to be given that advice from the DEP after the match.
So you don't know if it's gonna delay the building of this new property?
I seriously do not think so, because right now, like, we're still, like, we're delaying tonight's vote, and we're not doing the second reading, because we are looking into the feasibility of, entrances and exit on the fourth end, because neighbors recommended that to be done, so.
Well, we also recommended memorial, but you didn't consider that.
Correct.
We did consider that. We did consider that.
Now
and
you
our
said we
professionals
agree to
gave us
disagree.
an opinion on that. Don't say we didn't consider that. That's not true, David. We did, and our professionals gave us an opinion on it, and they don't think it's
Who's
safe.
the professionals?
Beth,
Yeah.
Beth and James, feel free to reiterate your opinion on why you don't think memorial's a good idea. And we have a memo on it. That's not right to say.
But if you have a study that said fourth is the best, that should be the answer. Not that I'm no offense to Mike. If that was the decision, but now you say, oh, but we can do it another way. That doesn't make any sense, because your studies proved that fourth was the best. So if you have a study that was done and you decided fourth was the best, but now there's another option, it doesn't make sense.
Okay, if you're entitled to your opinion, I'm sorry, your time's up, but, yes, we're looking into a suggestion brought by residents. I think we'd be wrong not to look into all options on this point in time, and I don't think that's going to slow down the project either. Thank you.
Hi, Rita Moreno. Asbury Together, they had their kickoff at the art gallery. I was just wondering, doesn't have a conflict, a kickoff for their reelection in an art gallery that we give money to? We got two lawyers up there, it's either a yes or no answer, only here.
Okay, finish your comments, you're not answering.
Okay. The other thing about, how did that become a redevelopment of 4th and 5th Avenue? I was reading the ordinance on it. You decided that that was where you wanted to put a piece of property, and a residential one at that, when it was zoned for commercial. So it's all up to you, the way you decide to do things, because that's the way the ordinance reads. But that's not a good decision. We should have had a real massive meeting and invited everybody within 200 feet and more. I know you have to invite people from 200 feet, but you should have had those two neighborhoods. Because in the ordinance, it said that's a mixed neighborhood. What does that mean? As far as I know, you go up 4th, as soon as you pass that building, it becomes totally residential, all the way down to Locust. And if you go down 5th Avenue, it also becomes into Memorial Drive. It becomes all residential. So how is it a mixed use? What makes it a mixed use? There's no stores in between. There's no nothing. And if there is a restaurant on Sunset, that's been, I guess, grandfathered in. But I really want to know about the ordinance about conflict of interest with the 3 girls up there. Because they're going to be voting on a lot of hard work that's going to happen in the city. But meanwhile, they have their kickoff in the art studio. Now, is that a conflict or isn't it? They vote on their money. I see it in the bill resolution. So I don't know what the grant is, or if they have a grant, or did that become part of our city? I don't know, because everything is a big mystery. So I'd like an answer on conflict of interest with those 3 women.
Beth, you want to go up and explain how it became a redevelopment area and why it's a big street?
Sure, the property was an existing area needed redevelopment when the property owner came to the city council to propose a project and share ideas about how the site might be redeveloped with a mixed-use building composed of ground and residential units with first floor parking as well as commercial uses. And so the council considered that the developer's proposal, they worked with my office to, as well as the developer, on what that plan might look like, and also did a public information meeting to solicit public comments about how the site might be developed in order to determine public input and also to further shape the project prior to the redevelopment plan being prepared.
Okay, thank you. As far as, I'm not the lawyer, but I'm gonna say, I don't think it's a conflict of interest. When I'm the lawyer, look into it, but again, I don't remember any bill resolution where this guy was given money, so.
John, in all due respect, you're not a lawyer.
I know artists are being provided with funding or doing murals within the city, but I'm not aware of funding that the council is voting on for a specific art gallery. I mean, I would need more information. Conflicts are very fact sensitive. So if you can provide me more information, I'd be happy to look into this and render it.
So the lawyer just said the same exact thing I said, but I'm not the lawyer, I agree with this, so right back again. Rita, you can call me, I can't remember like ever giving money to that art gallery. So you can say John's wrong, and you're going to give him $20.
About the word. I mean, you know, you had it at the word when you ran. But now they're having it in a place that we do business with. That's a conflict.
When do we do business with them?
They pay for their artwork. Did you forget the $10,000 euro on the bill rate?
She's getting
That we
confused
pay
with
for,
public
and that's the woman that owns the gallery, or operates it.
Jen Hansen is on the Public Art Commission,
What?
along with 9 other members. The
I
city
mean, you
gives the
wasn't
Public
here.
Art Commission, I'm trying to answer your question, Rita. The city gives the Public Art Commission somewhere between $5,000 and $10,000 a year to do murals. You see them on the sewer plant. We have one going up right now in Asbury Tower. That is money to the Public Art Commission, not to Parlor Gallery. The
But
Public Art.
she runs it.
She's on the Public Art
Commission.
Commission, yes,
Yes.
along with 9 other members, including myself.
I remember her as
Rod.
She was the one that announced it, and she's part of it, and you're in her gallery.
I am,
Yeah.
I don't know what that means, Rita.
Yeah, okay, well, it's this, well, if you have any more information, give us, we'll investigate it.
I mean, you should work on it.
Okay, thank you.
Kevin Strickland, on Second Avenue, and first I just want to express my appreciation for all the support the board has given Little League over the years, and acknowledge that Will is doing such a great job building this program. And something significant happened this year, as we developed the girls softball program. So I think Will did a lot of that happen, but I think that's significant expansion to the Little League program. I just wanted to acknowledge that.
You're absolutely right. Are you the coach of the Tigers? Yes.
Until Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
Mary Martin, Second Avenue. I just want to also reiterate my support for Asbury Park Little League. Nellie, my daughter's in her fourth season of Asbury Park Little League now, and is in the girls softball, the Tigers team. The dedication that almost makes me teary. Coach Kevin gives these girls is so amazing. And just even and Coach Will and all the other coaches. Nellie does a lot of the recreation programs in the city that Leisha organizes with, and summer rec. But Asbury Little League being a year-round program, the number of kids that they support too, and the trips they take on. Just for example, last night out on the Asbury Park, Asbury Park Stadium fields out there, like a beautiful summer night. There's so many different games going on. There's so many families showing up. It's just such, I would call the Asbury Park Little League lifestyle too. It's not like Nellie's was begging to be a baseball player, but it's such just like loving, fun environment. So I was at the Rock and Roll for Recreation Mayor Moore, and I hope seemed very successful. So I'm hoping you have a $10,000 check. Is that what you want to put for Asbury Park Little League? Because it's really a wonderful, wonderful organization for the kids. And like I said, it is a traditional sport, but it's also creating such a wonderful community.
Thank you, I totally agree with it. That opportunity today was a pleasure. So thank you.
Hi, so today I'm 1501 Ocean Ave, and I'm here with Little League. I'm actually recently on the board as secretary, so I'm learning a lot about baseball and softball because I had no subject matter expertise prior to this. So I learned a lot from Bill, and also Community Farmer, we are sponsored by one of the softball teams, as we'll mention, which is exciting. But just the program that Bill's built and all of the coaches and past boards is amazing. Just seeing and interacting with the kids, the parents, every single game that, I've been to all the Diamond Girls games, all the parents always come. When we go to away games, they always come. So just like how welcome families and kids feel and how much fun it is to participate, it's impressive. And actually last night, we had our first home game, we played Point Pleasant. We won! And Point Pleasant, they said they had so much fun coming to Asbury. They were like, one of the grandmas that was there watching, she's like, we're coming back next week. We're not playing, but we're just coming back next week because we felt so welcome on this field. And just, it's amazing. So yes, I will happily take a check for a little point today or whatever you can do to support. We love working with Leisha and Cassandra and the rec programs because they're amazing and everything they do is amazing. And I think all that, we want to see the program grow because we grew 12 teams and I think we're going to have more teams next year. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Wait.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. So you're covered.
Terry Bush, 500 Daily Drive. On the Asbury Park electronic sign today, I stopped and actually pulled my car over and took a picture of it. It says, please be aware that many street drugs have been tainted with additives such as fentanyl, and I can't pronounce that other word. It looks like xylene, which are causing an increased danger to users. I guess my question to you guys is that, have there been incidents in Asbury Park where people have either taken or smoked or in any way ingested and gotten in trouble with tainted drugs, and is that why you put it on the sign?
So I did receive a call from the police last week, and yes, unfortunately, there has been an increased number of overdoses, and they are relating it to this tainted fentanyl and xylene.
All right, so by an increased number, it's a number of concern, I guess, that's enough, but what does that mean to the general public?
We had 5 overdoses in one day.
5 overdoses in one day,
Yes,
okay.
And
so when that
we're
happens,
all revived with Narcan.
okay, well, that's a very positive thing. And was it the same party, or was it a different, all over the community?
I don't have that information.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you. Go ahead, Art.
Hi, my name is Arthur Schlosser. I live at 1043 Somerville Avenue in Asbury Park. My family came here in 1888. Real estate office in the town of Belmar. Before they come to the Little League, our real estate agency for the last 90 years has given money to the Little League. If you take two of those little munchkins here and go knock on every real estate broker's door in this town, there's a lot of them. We've got 300 agents, 25 things for sale. And then the borough city manager give you names, lawyers, accountants, engineers, anybody that does business with the city. They'll all write you a check. Who's got your last? I'm here because of what I used to be on now the fund. Citizen on Patrol, the COP. We were in business for like 8 years before they shut us down because of COVID. When that COVID started, and I can't get a response from Mike Casey, our sergeant, and the chief of police. They just don't, they tried to get 12 million, knows why. We also had a car that's gone. I'm sure the people that donated to us didn't want it to be gone. And I just like, why is the police commissioner, right? Is one of the council members? No. So I'm tuned to you to find out why we don't have it. I mean, citizens on patrol is like, it's similar to a neighborhood watch, except it's the whole city. And we go out, we volunteer, for the eyes and ears. In New Jersey, they don't let you. I was a police officer in Manhattan. I was out to rescue. They don't let you be here, but that's fine, you know. I guess in the 8 years that I was driving around, I must have called it about 20 arrests. So that's nice. And plus, we save money. I mean, I've been on with Obama, with every parade in town. We would work the parades, which means they didn't have to hire guys from Belmar, Bradley Beach, and bring them in. I mean, I understand that we've been Casey and the chief that live in Asbury Park, so they're not paying taxes here. But I am, any dollar I can get, not have to pay. Because we probably save the city easily $10,000 a year. But you didn't have to have one and two going around every night when you had us out there. Take one car down. So if you can like try to find out why, and let me know, we're not gonna call, because we really want to reinstate. And we've never heard a bad thing about it. And we've always, people even asked me today, yesterday, Joe's report side, you guys know that now? The town liked it. When the town likes the cops, it's not a bad thing. Thanks.
Thank you, and there's free ability to the city manager, so she'll look into this, and if you need any background, it was an excellent program. And it's wrong that the department heads are phone calls. It's wrong that department heads or employees do not return phone calls.
I will follow up with Sergeant.
All right. I don't know if he's a rep now, but he'll know.
No,
Yeah. Those COVID-19 things. It's not standard.
Participation is now closed.
Just one quick thing, well, Celia, Dan, anybody, get us your schedule, so when we do the Thursday blast outs, we can have that on, so more people maybe attend, that's why, like Art said, there are some very generous people in this town, there are also some very cheap people in this town. What we can do to get out the word, to help you, like, and again, like, you know, the high school had their first win this year, and I'm sure that's your kids moving up, so that was very much appreciated when they flew Lakewood away. So, congratulations, and we'll see what we can do. If you guys that schedule.
I'll get you on the
Yeah, our blast outs go to, there's so many people, I'm sure. Some will attend, so, again, thank you.
They're fun.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
We're now on to the minutes of the municipal council executive meeting minutes and regular meeting minutes of April 24th. Do I have a motion? Move it. Second. Councilmember Leslie? Yes. Councilmember Chapman? Councilmember Clayton? Yes. Deputy Mayor Quinn? Yes. Mayor Moore?
Yeah.
Now on to individual resolutions. Resolution 2024-228, resolution approving family letters. Move it. Second. Councilmember Leslie? Yes. Councilmember Chapman? Yes. Councilmember Clayton? Yes. Deputy Mayor Quinn? Yes. Mayor Moore?
Yes.
Resolution 2024-229, resolution approving special legislation. Councilmember Leslie? Yes. Councilmember Chapman? Yes. Councilmember Clayton? Yes. Deputy Mayor Quinn? Yes. Mayor Moore?
Yes.
Resolution 2024-230, resolution amending temporary budget appropriations for 2024 budget. Second. Councilmember Leslie? Yes. Councilmember Scott. Yes. Councilmember Clayton. Yes. Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Resolution 2024-231, resolution authorizing the acquisition and installation of fencing needed at the 4th Avenue and Next Street Playground utilizing Monmouth County space. Move it. Second. Councilmember Levinson. Yes. Councilmember Scott. Yes. Councilmember Clayton. Yes. Deputy Mayor Quinn. Yes. Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Resolution 2024-232, resolution authorizing the installation of an irrigation system at Lake Grand Avenue, St. Jamesburg. Second. Councilmember Levinson. Yes. Councilmember Scott. Yes. Councilmember Clayton. Yes. Deputy Mayor Quinn. Yes. Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Resolution 2024-233, resolution authorizing the payment of roof replacement needed at City Hall, DPW, and transportation plans. Move it. Second. Councilmember Levinson. Yes. Councilmember Scott. Yes. Councilmember Clayton. Yes. Deputy Mayor Quinn. Yes. Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Resolution 2024-234, resolution authorizing the rental of roller skating rink for the Asbury Park 2-day roller rink festival project. Move this. Second. Councilmember Levinson. Yes. Councilmember Scott. Yes. Councilmember Clayton. Yes. Deputy Mayor Quinn. Yes. Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Resolution 2024-235, resolution amending the professional services contract between Associates for remedial action services and the fire department employees located in Main Street. Move it. Second. Councilmember Levinson. Yes. Councilmember Scott. Yes. Councilmember Clayton. Yes. Deputy Mayor Quinn. Yes. Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Resolution 2024-236, resolution authorizing the award of contract for the operation of seasonal concessions providing for the rental of umbrellas and beach chairs on the public beaches at Asbury Park. Second. Councilmember Levinson. Yes. Councilmember Scott. Yes. Councilmember Clayton. Yes. Deputy Mayor Quinn. Yes. Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Resolution 2024-237, resolution authorizing the award of a contract for the operation of seasonal concessions providing private surpluses to the public in a designated area of the Asbury Park Beach Park. Move it. Second. Councilmember Levinson. Yes. Councilmember Scott.
Fred, we're gonna just make that.
Yes.
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton. Yes. Deputy Mayor Quinn. Yes. Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Resolution 2024-238, resolution of the mayor and city council of the city of Asbury Park, who enter into a first amendment of the subsequent developer agreement with Asbury Partners LLC and PHM Sunset Square Urban Renewal LLC to extend the date for the governmental approvals and change the definition of the outside approval state in connection with the development of property located at lot 4205, lots 2 and 3. Do I have a motion? Move it. Second. Councilmember Levinson. Yes. Councilmember Scott. Yes. Councilmember Clayton. Yes. Deputy Mayor Quinn. Yes. Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Resolution 2024-239, resolution of the city of Asbury Park referring to the proposed amendment to the CBD redevelopment plan of the city of Asbury Park, dated April 25th, 2024, in accordance with the local redevelopment housing law NJSA 48:12A. Do I have a motion? Move it. Second. Councilmember Levinson. Yes. Councilmember Scott. No. Councilmember Clayton. Yes. Deputy Mayor Quinn. Yes. Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Resolution 2024-240, resolution authorizing appointments of New Jersey Urban Enterprise Zone Authority. The appointees are the Business Development Administrator Sylvia Shelby and the Director of the and the alternate Director of Community Development, Elton Armani. Move it. Second. Councilmember Levinson. Yes. Councilmember Scott. Yes. Councilmember Clayton. Yes. Deputy Mayor Quinn. Yes. Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Resolution 2024-241, resolution accepting an agreement modification of the Safe Routes School Grant and associated design assistance from NJDOT and authorizing the safety rules. Move it. Have a second? Councilmember Levinson. Yes. Councilmember Scott. Yes. Councilmember Clayton. Yes. Deputy Mayor Quinn. Yes. Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Now on to ordinances for introduction. Ordinance 2024-17, bond ordinance providing for the Main Streetscape Improvement Project appropriating $900,000 therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $485,000 in bonds and those to finance a portion of the cost thereof, as authorized in by the city of Asbury and County of Monmouth, New Jersey, with a public hearing date of May 22nd, 2024.
Second.
Councilmember Levinson. Yes. Councilmember Scott.
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton. Yes. Deputy Mayor Quinn. Yes. Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Ordinance 2024-18, ordinance of the city of Asbury Park amending and supplementing section 30-24 entitled Fees of Article 3, Development, Administration, and Enforcement, Chapter 30, Land Development Regulations, Code of the City of Asbury Park, with a public hearing date of May 22nd, 2024. Do I have a motion? Yes. May I have a second? Second. Thank you. Councilmember Levinson. Yes. Councilmember Scott. Yes. Councilmember Clayton. Yes. Deputy Mayor Quinn. Yes. Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Ordinance 2024-19, ordinance amending ordinance 2024-13, 8, which amended chapter 7, section 1314 to establish prohibited parking regulations along Emory Street and Second Avenue with a public hearing date of May 22nd. Okay. Councilmember Bez. Yes. Councilmember Chapman. Yes. Councilmember Clayton. Yes. Deputy Mayor Quinn. Yes. Mayor Moore.
Yes.
We're on to second reading public hearings. Ordinance 2024-11, this is ordinance of the City of Asbury Park approving and adopting a development plan for property located at 1214 Drive, Block 203, Lot 5. Understand the motion to table this public hearing, second. Councilmember Anderson? Yes. This is to table to the May 22nd, 2024 meeting. Yes? Yes. Councilmember Chapman? Councilmember Clayton? Yes. Deputy Mayor Quinn? Yes. Mayor Moore?
Yes.
Ordinance 2024-13, ordinance of the City of Asbury Park, creating Article 13-1400 entitled Lead-Based Paint Inspections for Residential Rental Dwellings, Part 2, Rental Property, Chapter 13, Property Improvement and Neighborhood Preservation, Property Maintenance Code, the Code of the City of Asbury Park. We'll have, Director Development? He's not here. Okay, Michelle, can you step in? Thank you. Director of Planning and Redevelopment, Michelle Alonso, will provide a brief overview of this ordinance.
Good evening, Mayor, council members, and members of the public. This ordinance this is a insertion of our permitting code to mandate by the state of New Jersey to deal with lead paint in homes constructed before 1978. This is the heightened regulations for the abatement of lead, and that this ordinance requires inspection, also requires that the property owner, they would be the ones who would have to pay for the inspection. This is on the heels of heightened requirements from the state of New Jersey.
Thank you, Michelle. A motion to approve the public hearing on 2024 move to open. All in favor? Aye. Public hearing on ordinance 2024-13 is now open. Any member of the public would like to speak, please use the microphone. Your comments may be regarding ordinance 2024-13 only.
I'm reading the room like that. Could you explain that a little bit? We're just simple people here. I didn't get what you said.
Well, actually, what I skipped saying is this pertains to rental properties, and this is to protect children from lead poisoning, from lead paint, lead dust that would be in rental properties.
Well, every house in Asbury has like property. There are. So is not.
This is just for rental properties.
Short-term rental.
Rental.
So now they have to get one more inspection, is that it?
It's state law.
Yes. Huh?
It's state law.
Oh, state law, okay.
Terry Roach, I'm from the Daily Drive. Can you guys kind of educate us on where we're at as a community, how many of our kids come out, lead poison, things like that? Do we have numbers for that? I just wanted to know if we're up on the numbers and if we're testing our kids, and if we know how many of our kids may have come up too high with lead. In addition to doing this, I think this is a great thing for our community, and I think, I commend everybody for getting this resolution together so quickly. But in addition, are we doing anything to educate parents to lead test their kids, and do we know where our kids are?
Well, I was gonna say, I don't have those numbers personally, but we do have a lead program in the city that's, run by a nonprofit who, I know the name is going out of my head, they're well known, and we contract our lead.
Our pipes too, don't we? We have somebody checking lead pipes for us.
Community.
CARC.
CARC is our entity that provides lead education and lead testing here in the city.
Okay, I appreciate that. Trenton has had a huge lead issue. They're testing parks and because of their long-term, I guess ceramic factory kind of place. We may have some in Asbury Park also, so be good to keep on top of that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Motion to close.
All in favor? Public hearing on ordinance 2024-13 is now closed. May I have a motion to adopt ordinance 2024-13?
Move to adopt.
Second. Councilmember Bez Anderson.
Yes.
Councilmember Chapman. Yes. Councilmember Clayton. Yes. Mayor Quinn. Yes. Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Ordinance 2024-14, ordinance of the City of Asbury Park amending and supplementing Article 13-1300 entitled short-term rental of Part 2, Number 5, Chapter 13, Property Improvement, Neighborhood Preservation, Property Maintenance Code of the Code of the City of Asbury Park. Show if you mind. Thanks.
So we, as everyone knows, we recently did an update to the short-term rental ordinance where we tightened the proofs that that the residents, the principal residents in Asbury Park, you're only permitted to short-term rental if the residents are principal residents. So we had upped the requirements, require more documentation. We had discovered in the implementation of this ordinance that one of the pieces of proof is not really obtainable by most people. Something from the post office, that the post office had told us they don't provide this to people on a regular basis. So we've changed the record of the postal service to a bank statement within the past 3 months as a heightened piece of proof that that's the principal residence. The other elements we put in last month remain the same.
Okay. Maybe we move to the public hearing on ordinance 2024-14. All in favor? Aye. Thank you. Ordinance 2024-14, public hearing is now open. If you have any public wishes to speak, please use the microphone.
Motion to close.
All in favor? Aye. Public hearing on ordinance 2024-14 is now closed. May I have a motion to adopt ordinance 2024-14? Move to adopt. Councilmember Bez Anderson. Yes. Councilmember Chapman. Yes. Councilmember Clayton. Yes. Mayor Quinn. Yes. Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Ordinance 2024-15, ordinance of the city. Show me home.
So I guess I think the next one is not me, right? Go ahead.
Ordinance 2024-15, ordinance of the city of Asbury Park, Lee County, Monmouth, the state of New Jersey, providing this special assessment of the cost of certain wastewater, stormwater, roadway, streetscape, facility, and infrastructure improvements on block 4205, lots 2 and 3, with the Asbury Park waterfront development area, establishing a mechanism for payment of the cost thereof.
Yes, so this is the special assessment, and the following is the financial agreement for the townhouse development that proposed across from Sunset Lake known as PHS Sunset Square. This, as it is permanent in our area, and it is a forced project, requires to entertain the pilot and the special assessment that pays for the infrastructure in the waterfront area. So this is the part 1 or part 2 of the financial agreement.
Thank you, Sean. May I motion to open the public hearing on ordinance 2024-15? Second, all in favor? Public hearing is now open. Go ahead.
What's the special assessment? What does that mean?
The special assessment is the fee that's levied on the homeowners that pays towards the bond for the infrastructure improvements in the waterfront area. We've done this for every redevelopment project in the waterfront since we adopted the special assessment ordinance about 12 years ago roughly.
Can you explain that we're very simple people, we have to hear plain language, explain what the official, is that mean an increase in the people that live in the redevelopment area?
They pay, right, they pay an additional fee on top of the homeowners. Right, the homeowners in the waterfront, all condo owners, in all buildings that have been built, it's the Vibe, the Grand, the Monroe, the 1101 Ocean, all the projects like Cape Canadian, not only do they pay their portion of the pilot, but on top of that, they pay an additional fee that's called special assessment.
And it goes into doing the infrastructure around the building, the streets, the sewers, everything like that. The sidewalks, the trees, the bicycle racks, everything.
Well, how far does the redevelopment plan go?
Now,
Up to Grand Avenue?
No, yes and no. So only a portion of the redevelopment boundary to the west only goes a small portion of Grand, basically where the K-Hop project from about 8 years ago called the Grand is, but it's, heck. It's actually, am I right? Yeah, I guess I'm tired. To the water. So anyone, if you have an existing 1 and 2 family home in the waterfront area, you do not get charged the special assessment. It's for all new projects in the waterfront. So that's all the apartment buildings, all the townhouse condominium developments.
So all the ones that are getting the abatement?
yes.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All in favor? Public hearing on ordinance 2024-15 is now closed. May I have a motion to adopt ordinance 2024-15?
Second.
Councilmember Bez Anderson. Yes. Councilmember Jack. Yes. Councilmember Clayton. Yes. Mayor Quinn. Yes. Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Ordinance 2024-16, ordinance of the city of Asbury Park authorizing the execution of a financial agreement with PHM Sunset Square Urban Renewal LLC concerning property located at block 305, lots 2 and 3, on tax map of the city of Asbury Park, and granting tax exemption. Michelle just explained this. Do you need this again, or you? I have a motion on the public hearing on ordinance 2024. Second. All in favor? Aye. Public hearing on ordinance 2024-16 is now open.
Could you tell us what lot and block? We don't know lot and block. What address is it?
I'm gonna tell you where I searched for it, where exactly it is. It is the vacant parcel that fronts Kingsley, Sunset Avenue, next to the small apartment building across from Sunset Park, on one side, across from Convention Hall on the other.
Is it next to Kimberly's?
It's next to Kimberly's, right?
The restaurant Kimberly's, it's a vacant lot that's right next to it.
In prime land? That's the prime lot. They get an exemption?
Creating a pilot.
Yeah, what's the difference between a pilot and an abatement anyway?
Well, we casually use the term abatement incorrectly for these pilots. Pilot is a payment in lieu of taxes. It's not exactly an abatement from your taxes because it's a different structure of payment. So when we call an abatement, so as we're referring to as abatement here tonight, it's a pilot.
How much?
I don't have that at the tips of my fingers. It is in this document. Eric did an analysis for us, but I don't have that at the tips of my fingers. I have the annual service charge will provide annual net revenue to the city of approximately $142,869.72. So
that's removed?
No, that's what we get a year.
So that's for how many units again? That he's gonna build there? And add to the sidewalk?
It's townhomes. It's 28 units in 3-story stacked townhomes. So it's townhouse style. It's gonna be, we call them at 2 bays, meaning 2 sets of townhouses for a total of 28 units. 2 rows of townhouses.
2 rows?
Yes.
On that little lot?
It's not that little.
I mean, like, he should be paying full taxes on that prime lot. That's one of the most prime lots in the city. On the corner of Sunset and Kingsley. Are you kidding me? And we get a tax abatement? I don't think so. Pilots?
Yeah, they're paying the city more than conventional taxes. And once again, our agreement with the master developer for the waterfront obligates us for every for sale project to offer a pilot.
Well, I've been reading up on the pilots. They're really no benefit to us. You might think they are, but they're a bunch of land grabbers coming in and putting all these things on our property. Whatever happened to the open air fund that we
Okay,
had?
we're straying from the ordinance, so we have to stick on this
Okay.
ordinance.
But it is prime land, it should be considered differently.
It was.
No, it should be,
It was considered as part of the waterfront redevelopment plan, and they met all the qualifications to receive what they're receiving. You may not like it, we may not like it, but it's a law that was done in 2011 that we're bound to.
well, I don't know, but maybe we should go to the planning board meetings, because everything is getting screwed up with all these houses coming up and all these. Why do we need all of that?
Okay. Motion to close. Just a short statement. I agree with Rita. From here on out, let's list addresses because I lose track of lots of lots too. So Rita, say you're not simple. Thank you.
Okay, the public hearing on ordinance 2024-16 is now closed. May I have a motion to adopt ordinance 2024-16? Move to adopt. Second. Councilmember Bez Anderson. Yes. Councilmember Chapman. Yes. Councilmember Wood. Yes. Deputy Mayor Quinn. Yes. Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Thank you. Someone has anything else on adjournment? Move to adjourn. Second. All in favor? Aye. The meeting is now adjourned. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
No problem. Oh, shoot. Sorry, I didn't search for your. I had it on my list of but I heard it was too much.
You might have enough.
I can find it in the morning. I realized I don't.
You have a description.